Pat. Taking a look at the technique here. So, pretty good stuff actually. I was looking through a few of these and going frame by frame and saw some good stuff that I liked. So we'll kind of go through everything that I got here. Got a few little lines that I've drawn over here. So this first part is showing what the track of the top hand goes. So we'll go down, coming through. Very, very good, very symmetrical track that you've got here. I like the shape of it. Comes straight back up and then straight back down. So coming through, we'll go real time or a little bit slow motion. So see the difference kind of in between the two of yours, right? So Pat, you've got that nice the crescent moon type, and Justin, I'm not too sure. I think I don't know if it was my the way that I tracked it, but yeah, you got like a little circle thing going on over here. So Pat, we'll focus on you. Justin, we'll talk with you on maybe another video over here. But yeah, I just wanted to show you kind of that difference over there. Plus, too, it's a little bit of a paddle angle. The camera angle kind of throws it off a bit, so that's why it looks like it's going in a circle. So Pat, looks pretty solid. Want to go over this first change with you here. At this change, so same thing. Looking at the track of this top hand. This side looks pretty good. Good angle here. So once we go through right about here or here is where your paddle is fully submerged. So that's good. And then you're exiting off the back over here. So that looks good. Actually, I did it on this side too. There we go. So this is one thing that I wanted to point out here. So good angles here. It's not bad. You know, this is a good angle here. As you can see, Justin has got a little bit more reach over here. So I think, you know, as we talk about in practice, I'm always telling you to drop this bottom shoulder. So this left shoulder here, when you're on the left side, this should be pushed forward. See how Justin's one is pushed way forward. So this is a good example of just to see like the difference in dropping that bottom shoulder and getting a little bit more angle on that reach, because what happens is once he gets in the water, right there, right, and so both of you guys are in the water, he's still got that forward angle because that bottom shoulder is dropped, and then your shoulder is still kind of tucked into your chest over here. So as it stands right now, right here, your chest is square with the canoe, or it's perpendicular with the canoe. So again, you know, always saying, like, I think there's a few frames in here where I saw your shoulder start to drop forward, and I'll try to see if I can find them when we're doing this. But yeah, as you can see, the difference between the two of you guys here. I'm not saying that Justin's got like the perfect technique, but he's got that good bottom shoulder where it's really, really pushed forward. That top shoulder is pushed back over here. So this bottom shoulder can be pushed a little bit further up, and then that top shoulder on the right side can be pulled backwards towards the back of the canoe. So coming through, and again, I'm not saying that Justin's technique is perfect, but I mean, you can see like a little, I mean, he's got a little bit too much body movement, but on your side, you know, I think we could definitely use a little bit more body movement to get extra power transferred into the paddle. So as you can see, your head right here staying pretty much steady, right? So again, coming down, doing a reach, drop that bottom shoulder, pull this one forward even more so we can get it a little bit further out there. And then that way you can get your body involved into paddling it and pushing a little bit harder on the water. Because right now I think using a lot of your twist, which is good, but we can get a little bit more legs involved here. So let's take a look at your legs when we're dropping in. We might need to go on the right side. Yeah, we might need to go on the right side. I think we can get your legs a little bit more engaged. So, but overall, like I said, this shape that you have here for your top arm is really solid. I like that shape. It's probably the most symmetrical and the tightest that I've seen in pretty much all the guys, so that's really good. So your top arm looks good, bottom arm looks good. Only thing for you is that stretch on that bottom shoulder that we can work on. I did want to show you a little bit of the sprinting here. So I've got kind of a lot of lines here, so my apologies. So This one is when you guys are set, and then calling the hit, and then this right here is about when you are fully submerged. So that's good, right? So you got that positive angle when you're fully submerged. Whereas in the other picture, we were a little bit right here, right? So straight in, right? Versus this one where you got that positive angle. So just something to point out. We want to try to get as much of a positive angle as possible. Like this is good enough. I'm not saying that, you know, this line here is the one that you need to be at when your paddle is buried in the water. I mean, this line here is perfect. Like if you can do this every stroke, it's really good. So coming through here, on your first few strokes here, that top arm kind of hesitates a little bit. You could drive it down a little bit more. So we'll try to take a look at it again. So driving down, and then it kind of stops right there. See how it stops and then it comes towards you instead of going straight down and then straight back up. So that's one thing, but you are definitely getting your body involved in these first several strokes. So again, good, very good. See how this bottom shoulder is driven down. You're really stretching that up, and then that top arm, the top shoulder is pulled back into towards the back, and then you got really, really good body movement here. So that is what I want to see in the other ones. So as you can see, try to take a look at your body, see how your body is really getting into it. But I think right there, see, like I think we could get a little bit more twist. Pull this back shoulder back a little bit more, and then push that front shoulder forward. So let's take a look compared to this side. So really, these are the big 40s. So I think this is the one where we did one change at 100%, and then the second change at big 40s. So these should be your big 40 strokes. So yeah, I think this side you might be a little bit more restricted. So right about here, see, same thing. So just like on the other one, this one is slightly in the negative angle. So when your paddle is fully submerged, and then we're coming through. But good body movement. I like that body movement. You're sitting up on that one. Only thing is getting this bottom shoulder forward and then pulling that top shoulder back and sticking that tongue back in your mouth. Just joking. You can do whatever you gotta do. Just don't bite your tongue off. So take a look at another start here. One more start. Really coming up. Come on. There we go. Okay. Setting up. So you're a bit high off the water right now. So right now, boom, to the end of the paddle. And then when we hit, so hitting here, this is where you're hitting the water. And then fully submerged about here. So that is something, I think maybe it's your left side. I think we could probably get a little bit more. One thing, your hand is pretty good. I think maybe if you went up like a ½ inch or an inch, at least on the start, so you can get that paddle in right in this forward angle, putting it straight through. That may help you a bit. Cocking that shoulder back will help you a little bit to get it in there. And then right here is the fully submerged. One thing I do want to point out is this little air pocket here. So this air pocket where you see that difference, that V right there, this is something that is key. So you got this thing right there. See that big air pocket? That is something that we want to try to eliminate, because what's happening is you're starting to pull before the paddle is fully submerged. So see how you got that pocket right there, yeah? So what's going to happen is then you create that cavitation behind you, and then you got cavitation right over there, yeah. So just a little thing here and there, not like huge. So taking a look at it again, second stroke was really good. So let's maybe fast forward to the next one. Oh yeah, I can't see it. So this next one. Okay, so same thing. So paddle's a little bit high off the water. If you get a little bit closer, because what happens then is you start pulling before the paddle gets in. And this one was a little better. See how there's a little bit less, still got a little bit of that cavitation, but a little bit less. I like it a lot better than that last one. Okay, and then dropping this this bottom shoulder. Drop that bottom shoulder, pull that top one back. But overall, Pat, it looks really good. Yeah, and see how you're getting your body involved. I really like that. So getting that body involved, that will definitely help with that extra power that we need. So taking a look at your body on this one, okay? See how your body's moving back and forth, getting a little extra twist. Good twist on there. And then we'll compare it to this one here. See how our body is not quite moving as much, okay? So I'd like to see that a little bit more, but other than that, really good stuff. Yeah,